Donc, bonjour tout le monde, je me présente, Mouzamil Makhtar, votre enseignant de Computer Science pour cette année-ci. Le premier chapitre que nous verrons ensemble, c'est Input and Output Devices. Nous allons d'abord commencer avec ce que le syllabus nous demande pour cette première partie. At any point in time you want to read more time to read the notes, you just pause the video. Maintenant, why do we need input devices? Comme ça a été demandé dans votre activité juste avant hier, juste avant que nous commencions aujourd'hui, l'activité d'hier vous demandait why we need input devices. Alors la réponse, définition en fait de input devices, they allow us to enter data instructions into the computer. Bien sûr, il y a plusieurs types de input devices. Nous avons des keyboard, barcode reader, scanner, digital camera, microphone, joystick, beaucoup d'input devices, but we need to choose which one is the best suited for each kind of task, for each application. Le syllabus nous demande trois choses. De connaître la liste des input devices, qui n'est pas exhaustive. Chaque fois que vous allez lire des documents, des livres, vous verrez des nouveaux input devices, sur tous les sensors. Deuxième, de savoir comment ils fonctionnent, the way they operate, the working principle behind it. Et troisièmement, s'il y a des relative advantages ou disadvantages pour cet input device-là. Le premier input device que nous allons voir est le keyboard. Bon, le keyboard is used to enter text. The keyboard, in fact, is a matrix. Un matrix veut dire sorte de circuit avec plein de boutons là-dessus. Si nous voyons ici la photo, nous verrons que ça, le keyboard, il y a plein de boutons. Une fois pressé, le circuit is closed et le courant électrique passe. Normalement, si je presse le bouton A sur le clavier, en fait, le CPU n'aura pas le signal A, mais aura plutôt un code binaire comme ceci, 0100 0001, qui en fait veut dire 65 en ASCII pour ceux qui le savent. Donc, on a terminé avec how the keyboard works. Maintenant, nous avons un autre type de keyboard qui s'appelle keypad. En fait, les keypads sont des keyboards très simples, des keyboards simplifiés, but we're going to use on calculators, ATM machines, and so on other remote controls, par exemple. Donc, a keypad is a simplified version of a keyboard. Next, the mouse. The mouse is a pointing device, meaning that the mouse is used to control the pointer. Maintenant, the mouse is used also to select objects on the screen. Je veux choisir a command button, je veux cliquer sur un bouton, sur an icon, I'm going to use the mouse. The mouse has two buttons and a scroll wheel, meaning that the mouse has a left and right button and a wheel in the middle that can use to scroll up or down the pages. Auparavant, nous avions un mechanical mouse that involved using a mouse ball. Now, nous avons an optical or laser mouse, which has replaced the mechanical mouse. La photo ici nous montre le mechanical mouse avec les roues à l'intérieur et la petite boule à l'intérieur. Nous avons maintenant shifté au laser mouse. Alors, optical laser mouse uses LED and light sensor. Alors, comment ça se passe? Nous avons un exemple. Ceci est un laser mouse, un optical mouse. Au niveau de la forme 4, forme 5, pas besoin de différencier entre optical et laser mouse. Mais la différence existe. Donc, how it works? Vous voyez ici, small light. This light, in fact, is LED, from a LED source. The light is shown, on le projette sur la surface, par exemple la table, à travers un petit cercle, un petit ring à la base du mouse. Quand la lumière est reflétée de la table, is reflected from the surface, a light sensor is going to capture the light. And the light sensor will help the computer know in what direction and in what distance it has moved. Alors, this capture of light is going to occur around 1500 times per second. Alors, ceci nous montre à l'intérieur du mouse comment ça se passe. Nous avons ici le light emitter. Nous avons ici le sensor, le photocell light detector. Alors, il y a la lumière qui sort et ensuite le sensor qui va going to capture the light. Next input device, the touchscreen. The touchscreen is both input and output en fait. Alors, the user points and touches the screen surface with the fingertips. Le touchscreen, en fait, the most important work of the touchscreen is to detect where on its surface the user has touched it. Donc, le touchscreen a un seul travail à faire du côté input, c'est de savoir où, the coordinates, where the user has touched the surface, and that coordinates is sent to the CPU. Alors, the touchscreen is going to be used quand on va préférer se servir de touchscreen plutôt que mouse keyboard, par exemple, in regions where we have excessive dust or harsh weather conditions, par exemple, outdoors. Nous avons trois types de touchscreen. Capacitive, resistive et infrared. Capacitive, nous avons an electric current that is sent from all four corners of the screen. When the finger of the user touches the screen, the current changes and the coordinates are calculated. Voilà ce qui vous montre ici. En fait, le courant passe à travers le code de l'utilisateur. Excusez-moi. L'avantage du capacitive touchscreen, c'est très durable, très bonne visibilité, good visibility. Et aussi, on peut multitouch, donc on peut faire détecter plusieurs doigts en même temps. Plusieurs touches en même temps. Must be used only by bare fingers are the disadvantage. It does not work normally. Je dis bien normally parce que les capacitive touchscreen modernes peuvent être utilisés avec des gants, mais veneuses ne sont pas encore updated là-dessus. Deuxième type de touchscreen, c'est infrared touchscreen. An infrared touchscreen can work in two ways. Either it detects where on the screen the user has placed the finger through the heat of that finger, which is detected and when the coordinates are calculated, or the screen is covered by invisible grid. Vous voyez ici, the screen is covered by invisible grid of beams, of infrared beams. When the user touches the screen, the beam is broken, and the sensor that is here and the sensor that is here detect that, the light detector, the sensors detect that these are the coordinates of the touch made by the user. Infrared touchscreen advantages donc multi-touch, good screen durability, and can be used with stylus, finger, glue finger, etc. Disadvantage, it is expensive. En fait, it is very rare. That's why it is rare. It is very expensive. It's sensitive to dust and can be used in strong sunlight. Troisième type d'écran is resistive touchscreen. Ici, nous avons two layers. We have a bottom layer of glass and an upper layer of plastic. The film here is plastic. When the user is going to touch, the surface of the screen, the user is going to push the plastic film against the glass. Then you see here that we have also an electrode film. Then an electric current will pass and the coordinates will be calculated. Disadvantages. Advantages first, it is very inexpensive, cheap to manufacture, and can be used with bare fingers. Meaning that it can be used bare fingers, glue fingers, or even stylus pen. The disadvantages is that it has very poor screen visibility. On ne peut pas voir très bien avec l'écran résisté. Par exemple, vous n'aurez pas des écrans 4K ou Ultra HD ou même HD, c'est très difficile d'avoir avec resistive. There is no multi-touch capability and the screen is not very durable. It is easily scratched, easily damaged. The next input device is a microphone. A microphone is used to input sound. It's going to convert the sound produced by my speech, for example, by a bird that is singing. The sound that our ear is going to hear in the same principle is going to convert sound into an electric signal. Just our ear converts sound into electric signals and sends them to the brain. Here, the microphone is going to convert the electric signal. So it's going to convert the sound into an electric signal. Bien sûr, the signal is going to be converted into digital values, 0 and 1s, and then going to be stored. Of course, the microphone needs a silent environment. This is how it works. we have sound waves coming towards the microphone, and you have a diaphragm here that's going to vibrate, going to move depending on the vibration provided produced by the sound wave. On moving, is going to move that coil, which is going to create an electric signal. A digital camera. A digital camera stores pictures electronically, easier to transfer pictures to a PC than traditional cameras by through a USB connection or memory card. Pictures can be edited using camera itself. I can modify my pictures on the camera itself. How it works, in fact, it is the same working principle as a traditional camera. It works using a light sensor. It works according donc according to a light sensor. This light is going to get through the lens, and then we focus on the light sensor. The light sensor is made up of millions of photosites, of small light sensors, and each photosite is going to be a pixel on final image. This is how it works basically. Alors ça c'est how a camera works in general. You have the object that is going to through the lens and then through the aperture, also the shutter, and then through the sensor. Sensor is wrongly within the diagram. Did not make any mistake, this is the original diagram that is being shown to you. Next we have trackable. Trackable or trackball is going to be used instead of a mouse. It's also a pointing device. The device itself doesn't move, but the ball is rolled. We can have buttons that we can click. It is used when we need high precision and when we have reduced amount of desk space, par exemple. Pas d'application. En fait, les laptops auparavant n'avaient pas de touchpad, mais ils avaient des trackballs. C'est ça le trackball. Ici, there's only a ball that's going to move. Next, we're going to move to barcode reader. When a barcode is read, that is the code is used to look for the product details from database. The barcode is in fact a WC line where the computer is going to convert those lines to numbers. The numbers that are written down just below the lines. Alors, the product, price, name, description, peu importe ce que vous voulez comme information, can then be retrieved from the database. Bien sûr, the barcode does not contain any data about the product's price. It doesn't need code, it's a number that's going to what we are going to use to search for that product from our database. Barcode readers also allow us to make automatic stock level control. Par exemple, when a product is too low in stock, we can automatically make order to the supplier for more of that item. And this is how it works. We have light from a laser that's going to go through go against the oscillating mirror here and hit the barcode. The light which is reflected is read by the sensor. Again, the same principle, but here we show you that the barcode is then converted to binary signals. I leave that to you if you want to read more later. Advantages of a barcode reader now. For the management, for the owner of a business, it is easier to change prices, no need to remove tags, no need to put price tags on each item, since the barcode, this is already included in the database, and automatic stock control is possible. Advantages for customers. For me, when I'm buying at a supermarket, for example, less time wasted at queuing up, less errors when calculating a final bill. Customers is also given an itemized bill showing all the different items that have been purchased. Next, we're going to move to QR code scanner. A quick response code, the QR code, is a type of barcode. It stores more data than the barcode. It is read, we read it using the camera of a smartphone or tablet. Also need some special software that is going to decode to interpret the QR code that is being scanned. We have black squares and white squares. The black squares reflect less light than the white squares, and the black squares are the data to be decoded. a position, a detection, the squares, in fact, the modules of a data to be decoded. A position position detection patterns are used to know whether the QR code has been rotated. We can use QR code to store product details, contact details, or any other kind of data. This is how a QR code looks like. This is the different components of a QR code. As a small activity, you can go and scan the QR code here with your phone, but install first a QR code scanner app. Now, a 2D scanner is used to convert hard copy document, printed document into soft copy. It converts the document into an image, into pixels. How it works, very simple principle. It just sends light on the paper, and the light that is reflected back is read by photosensitive cells, like CCD cells. Each spot of light is stored as a pixel, and OCR software can be used to convert the scanned text into text that can be edited. This is no more just a picture, but it's text that can be edited using a word processor. These are two kinds of 2D scanner, the handheld scanner and the flatbed scanner. The 3D scanner on the other side is going to convert a 3D object, a real physical object, using lasers, light, or X-rays. Is going to create dense point cloud or polygon meshes. Alors vous voyez ici an object being scanned using a 3D scanner. The object is appearing on the screen, and it is used to produce polygon mesh or dense point cloud. Donc c'est plus souvent de polygon mesh. Joystick, c'est un levier qu'on va utiliser pour bouger le cursor, le pointer. It is used mostly in computer games, but can also be used for controlling machines such as cranes, trucks, wheelchairs, and surveillance cameras. Alors par exemple, ici nous avons un joystick en premier lieu pour gaming, et en deuxième nous avons un joystick used to control cranes. Troisième ici nous avons un joystick used to control a wheelchair. Next nous avons webcam. Webcams, c'est le diminutif de web camera. Alors, nous allons utiliser un webcam, c'est sur de digital camera. Le webcam, c'est à travers lequel vous voyez en ce moment. Alors, the digital camera who's going to record images to be transmitted in real time over the internet. Normalement, le webcam, on va l'utiliser pour les video conferences or video calls. Donc, webcams are not very high resolution cameras. No need to. We don't need it. In fact, we need very low resolution cameras for video signal to take less bandwidth. Alors, laptops normally come with built-in webcam, or you can buy one of your own and then add to your PC. Next, this is the webcam I just showed you for exams. We can add later on or integrate it to your laptop. Next, we have touchpad. A touchpad is used on a laptop instead of a mouse. A touchpad is also a pointing device. The touchpad has buttons that allow to click. The touchpad also has a sensor that can be used to that can be used to detect the position of the user's finger and the movement that's being made with the finger or fingers. The data of that movement is then sent to the computer. The picture here shows you exactly how a touchpad looks like on a laptop. These are some additional resources about video clips, hoping that they are still valid when you're going to watch them, about what we have covered today. More video clips. Hoping that you have been able to grasp the essential part of explanation. Thank you very much for your very, very kind attention, knowing that confinement, remote learning, etc., very hard to live by. Homework will follow soon. In fact, will be bundled with this assignment. Any problem with the homework, any issues with the homework, please feel free to send a message on my email address, or most preferably through Google Classroom. So that's all for now for part 1. Thank you very much. Bye bye.